Hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. I'll just let me know if audio is all good and then we'll get started here. Sounds all good on my end. Awesome. So yeah, let's just wanted to go live today. The last two lives I did were on the weekend, and I wanted to kind of see when the best time was. Of course, they're all recorded, so you could always go back and look. But I think we're at an interesting point right now where this market has been chopping for many weeks up here, and I thought it would be a good time to kind of break down what I'm looking at now. And with XRP, I know most of you guys want to see that, so we'll probably dive into that first and then bounce around, look at a few different things, a few different Bitcoin metrics and such. But yeah, it was an interesting morning with some of the things that happened on X here. It's the Twitter. I mean, the Bitcoin versus the XRP crowd. Man, it's really been a super interesting thing to kind of analyze and partake in. And I'm one that just likes to share the raw data. And to be honest, I don't think that being a maxi of anything is really the best option. And if you didn't see my post yesterday, we can go look back. It was kind of breaking down, the core differences between XRP and Bitcoin, and not even just, cherry picking XRP and Bitcoin. It kind of was just breaking down the idea that there's going to be multi chains that, you know, play a big part in the new world. And the people that only think Bitcoin is everything else is trash, or people that only think XRP, I just think that's not a good way to grow as an industry. So if you haven't looked at this, go look back the blockchain trilemma. Pretty good post I made there. But yeah, throughout the stream, if you guys have any questions, I'll be keeping eyes in the chat. Would love to go back and forth. Any questions regarding any. I think later on, if you guys want me to look at certain tickers, I'd love to do that. But otherwise, feel free to fire off any questions, and I'll take little breaks and try to touch on them. But I wanted to start off with this. So I'm not sure if you guys remember this post that I made. This was, when was this? This was January 15th. So about 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks actually. And I basically broke down the idea that, XRP was reaching a very important resistance against a lot of different pairings. And I'm one that likes to use these custom pairings. They're super, super useful. They create just an awesome edge, in my opinion, in the market. And they give you perspectives that people don't. So if you saw the post earlier with Scott Melker, at first he was denying and saying that's completely incorrect. And the reason why is because people aren't used to looking at like inverse pairing and things like that. And it's just awesome for perspective. So, we'll go look at the updated charts of this, but this post really has worked out perfect. XRP Bitcoin is still trying to break this resistance right here. And then if we go down and we look at XRP dominance, it's still trying to break the 5% area. So, this is 2 weeks ago and it's still playing out perfect. And if we go down one more, we have XRP denominated in gold. It's still playing around trying to fully clear out that level. We have XRP denominated in the NASDAQ 100, same area. It's trying to fully break that resistance. Then if we go look at the last four, we have XRP denominated in Tesla. And for you wondering, if anyone's wondering, like, why are you pairing it in these random things? The point really isn't what I'm pairing it in. The point is to give you another perspective of what the USD chart may not show you. And that's how you kind of create an edge. And I've used this so many times, like a few weeks ago before XRP went from 230 to, 350. I kind of saw that breakout coming before other people did. And the reason why is because I was charting XRP against the total crypto market cap. And I was charting XRP against the others market cap. And that gave me the idea that this thing's ready to break out, but the USD chart was still kind of lagging, So if we move on here, and then the same thing here with, the XRP USD chart, which was, of course, the most important one. It's trying to break its all-time high. It's been 2 weeks trying to do that, and I gave this prediction here, and it really played out well. Granted, we had this, and we came up a little bit, we consolidated, then we had that crazy wick down to 269 or 270. Also saw that one coming. If anyone was on my stream on Sunday, I gave that as a pretty good probability, or at least a scenario to watch out for. And that played out awesome. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to just start off this stream with, guys, is we have to realize if you're holding XRP right now, we are battling the most important resistance in history, in absolute history. And this still stands true. I said it's a massive level to overcome, and fully breaking it puts XRP in complete price discovery. And there's so much confluence. So that's what I wanted to start off with. Let me catch up with the chat here if there was anything. XRP and XLM, definitely will go over XLM. Caught a nice long on that yesterday. I kind of warned 2 days ago that we might see XLM start outperforming, and we might be seeing the first of that. But of course, I will, elaborate a little bit more on that. But yeah, appreciate it, guys. Glad that you guys find value in my analysis. I definitely just try to give a lot of unbiased views. I'll give a lot of different types of analysis. Sometimes I'll go in waves of like looking at really short-term trades and things like that. But I try to do it in a way that kind of suits everybody, because I know a lot of people are just holding, so I want to give them good analysis. And then sometimes I'll be a little bit nitty gritty, kind of show my trades or what I'm looking for there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. Absolutely. Beyond that, let's switch over the charts here and let's take a look at the main chart I've loved, which is Bitcoin denominated in XRP. If you guys have known, this is the chart that I've been throwing around to all the maxis, the ones that they don't like to see. And originally Scott Melker, if you guys don't know, just go look back on my last few posts and you'll see what I'm talking about. He didn't want to believe that Bitcoin, or actually, Bitcoin's down 89% against XRP. So, people, they don't want to look at this type of data here, but technically speaking, Bitcoin has failed to make a new high against XRP every cycle. But the Bitcoin maxis say Bitcoin's the hardest money on earth. But technically speaking, it's in a downtrend. And then, of course, I cherry picked 11 years ago, but guess what? It doesn't really matter if you cherry pick. The whole point is to show that, back in January of 2014, you bought XRP, and you bought Bitcoin, you're down 23% on your Bitcoin compared to XRP. These are the things that people don't like to look at, and that's why it's super, super cool. I love doing this analysis, and it's really helped, of course. I mean, if we go back and just look, I posted this 2.5 weeks ago, or a little bit over 2 weeks, and it's played out perfect. So super useful stuff there. But on to the point, this chart pairing here is trying to break a very important level. This level is 1,300 days. So technically speaking, if we go on a shorter time frame here, we can see that this is like trying to retest this as now resistance. So this was a support for Bitcoin for a long, long time, and you can see here it's kind of flipping it as a support and resistance area. So that's what I'm watching here, and I think that if we kind of look at this chart, it gives you an idea of instead of looking at USD and trying to predict where it's going to go, we could look at this and say, we have some historical data here that technically speaking, my target for XRP, if Bitcoin obviously breaks higher and the top isn't in and XRP goes on its next leg, it makes sense for XRP to be worth about 15 to 10,000, or it makes sense for one Bitcoin to be worth 15 to 10,000 XRP. So you guys can do the math there. Right now, that would be about a $10 XRP. I'm not saying that that's my target, but if we look back in history, it's not abnormal to expect that to happen. It's happened many times in 2013, 2015, 2017, I think 2018, and then, another time in 2018. So super useful stuff there. And like I said, if you guys have questions here, feel free to throw them over. What sex do you use for your what centralized exchange do you use for your future trading? I use Bybit. Bybit has the deepest liquidity, and I trade through In Silico Terminal. So instead of using the Bybit app or the Bybit website, it's a terminal, and it makes it a lot easier for you guys that are trying to just quickly trade. It allows me to kind of get in really quickly on shorter term trades or like news trades. And really just enter within seconds. So super useful. Create a course, bro. Yeah, maybe I will create some type of stuff down the line. For any of you guys that don't know, I actually just started on X, about a year and a half ago. Before that, I ran about 5 different trading groups from 2018 to 2023, basically. And I really only posted publicly on TradingView. So, I'm new to the social media. And these streams here, I used to do these privately in Discords and such. So I just started doing these publicly here. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. If you do, definitely subscribe and give it a like. That's that's the best way for me to grow. I just launched this channel a month ago, so excited to kind of continue to continue to grow there. But yeah, so if we continue to go on here, we can look at the XRP pairings, and we can see that XRP versus the total crypto market cap has been really, really bullish against the total 2, against others. That right there is total 3. Others, I mean, XRP has been outperforming nearly everything. Here it's kind of cooled off, but that's because it rebounded the strongest after the Sunday dump. So nothing too unexpected there. And if we keep going through, if I could kind of give some updates here in the important charts I was looking at, is we go down to, let's see here, we'll touch on XRP XLM. So if you guys remember, about a week ago I posted, or not even a week, it was like 3 days ago, I said, hey, XRP versus XLM is hitting this resistance that every single time we've hit it in the past, XLM started outperforming. So I warned of that 3 days ago, and look at what just happened. We're seeing a strong XLM outperformance. Last night I just looked; it was in a great place. I opened up some longs on it. So those are already in profit. Risk-free trades at this point. So we'll see how those play. But simply put, if you guys are curious, type in XRP/XLM, and you guys can analyze. When this chart's going up, XRP is outperforming. When this chart's going down, XLM is outperforming. So it's good for traders, or even if you want to try to rotate, no advice there, but gives you a good idea of what's outperforming, simply put. And then if we go into some of the other charts I wanted to update on, let's take a look here. So XRP versus gold. This is a big one right here. So if we see, this is what I posted and said, hey, XRP versus gold is trying to break a very important resistance. We can see we had this right here. We had the 2021 high, and we had right now. So I look at this as a break and retest. And, XRP broke above that resistance. It tapped right there. It's trying to hold. Sure enough, one more piece of confluence that says when this next leg gets started, if XRP can break out, it's going to really have a strong outperformance to many, many things. Also, too, we had the same concept with silver. So if we see here on silver, it's a little bit better than the gold chart. Well, it basically flipped the most important resistance, and it's just waiting for buyers to kind of step in and Bitcoin to make up its decision. Let's see what else we have here. The NASDAQ, same concept. So if you guys are confused here, I'm just kind of updating what I posted here on January 15th. So I'm just giving updates because I really haven't updated that, and it's worked out perfect. I kind of said this is a big level, massive level to overcome, so we got to have patience here. And then if we look here at what else we have, XRP versus Tesla, same concept. It's trying to completely break out of, what is this? This is considered, I think, 5-year resistance, 1,800 days. So about a 4 year resistance. So super interesting. Keeping close eyes on that. XRP versus Nvidia. This is also an interesting one. That actually just made a new high because Nvidia had a pretty large downturn. This is XRP versus the M1 money supply. It flipped the 2021 high as support. Very bullish setup right now. This is the M2. This is oil. So another piece of confluence. And once again, guys, I'm just going over this just to show you how important this level is. This level is super important. And that's why, more chop up here isn't bad. And once we get into the more short term, I'm going to show you what I'm expecting here. But more chop here is not bad. And of course, we've been chopping for, 2 weeks now. So trying to build up steam. Same thing here with XRP versus the volatility index. Retested its previous resistance in 2021 as support. And then what do we have here last? This right here is just against platinum. Actually made an all-time high. So it's super close. Let's see. Love this chart analysis. I just buy and hold as I don't have your expertise. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I try to cater to people that try to trade short term, and then people that are just trying to hold. People that are just trying to hold their bags. Got to go over Ethereum, Bitcoin. Thoughts on no alt season without ETH moving? Is XRP front running alt season, and why? It's a good point. Yeah, let me do that real quick. Actually, if I go over Ethereum, Bitcoin here, I basically made a pretty easy prediction that Ethereum Bitcoin should bottom in here, or it's doomed. It really is doomed because I look at these volume profiles here, and we can see we have the most amount of volume in this level right here. And technically speaking, this should be where it bounces. If not, I guess I could spend the whole stream talking about this, so I don't want to go too far into a tangent here about Ethereum. But I'm sure some of you guys have seen Ethereum wallets have been dropping. They've been dropping for 2 years. The devs have been abandoning. The Ethereum Foundation's been having a fallout. So there might be a new king in town. Maybe Ethereum is not the king of alts anymore. And I'd love to have that be wrong. But when I look at the short term here, I'll give my opinion on that. No, I don't think this means doom for all the Ethereum-based coins. I don't believe that. It depends on what they are. Like Aave's been super strong. What's up with everyone saying stop trading with USDT because of regulations? I really have not been keeping up too much with that. So I think a lot of that, you guys have to be careful out there. Like a lot of people just throw out stuff just to get engagement. I don't know. I can see a future where USDT is, discontinued in the US, but I don't think we have that. I don't think we have that certainty right now. So I would just look at that stuff with, a grain of salt is my best opinion. If we look here, trying to see if there's anything else that I think stands out for XRP. I don't think for the unique pairings. So let's dive in now to some shorter term view of XRP. So if we look here, when XRP came down and retested that was not too surprising. I kind of gave that prediction right here. This is, I think that night I kind of shared like, hey, if XRP breaks 290, it's going to go right to 270. And sure enough, we saw exactly that. This right here was air. So simply put, what I'm looking at this as is a pretty strong consolidation phase. I think that this is super strong. And the reason why, guys, is because look at the difference right here. You see how wide that was and how quickly we pulled back. We had really deep pullbacks. And then look at this consolidation. Granted, we could look at this as just a complete false breakout, completely designed to trap longs. That's exactly what happened. Everybody that had longs opened up here, they got wiped out. And on my Sunday stream, that's exactly what I said was going to happen. Or I gave that as a probability to happen, rather. So, it's not surprising to see. But simply put, if I look at XRP here on the shorter time frame, number one, we're looking at Bitcoin. That is a super important thing, of course, and I'm going to touch on that when we look at the order books. But XRP needs to kind of really break that 320 level. I think that if it can break above this 320 level and flip that as support, I think that that's where we're in that position where at any moment buyers can step in and then just send us higher. So for right now, yesterday I gave my last update. It was 290. It's kind of this 315 to 320. It's just a range. So to expect more ranging in here wouldn't be abnormal. And I just think that anyone that's trying to, time when this is going to happen, they need to look at Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is really the Mac Daddy right now. And as we've seen, Bitcoin is one of the strongest coins in the market. Altcoins, if you guys were holding other altcoins besides XRP, they've really bled hard the last month. So my eyes are still on Bitcoin. We're in times where Bitcoin doesn't matter too much, but Bitcoin definitely matters right now. So I guess that'd be a good quick segue just to look at Bitcoin here. I had this chart up right here. Essentially, if we go on the weekly chart, Bitcoin on the weekly chart, it gives a little bit different story than you want to look at. That looks pretty bullish to me. That looks super, super bullish, ready to go, especially on this weekly close that we got coming up here, in the next few days. And then if we drop onto a shorter time frame, this really is that level. We could say 106.8, which is really just that previous high in December. That's where Bitcoin needs to get above. And if Bitcoin gets above this is when XRP is going to break that 320 and it's going to go on its next leg. So I hate to be like that. And that won't be the case if we get some crazy news. So if XRP is in a strategic reserve, if something with Brad Garlinghouse is, comes out, he's on some type of board, or something that the market looks at as really bullish, the lawsuit settled, something like that, I can see XRP going without Bitcoin. But for right now, I'm under the impression that Bitcoin needs to flip this level for us to see strong outperformance on, XRP. XRP probably is going to wait until Bitcoin can get above that level. So that's really my short-term opinion, on what we're looking at here. But I still look at this as bullish. As I said, this to me, I can't see this as bearish. This is not bearish at all. There's a lot of reasons why I can kind of confirm that. But simply put, if we put a volume profile up here, let's see if this can load up here. Yep. If we put a volume profile up here, we look at this trend line we've been holding for at least 2.5 months. I think at this point, XRP can come down to 290, and that could be fine. But I'll say it pretty strongly. If XRP loses this 290, I don't think that that's going to be good. I think that that's going to change a lot of things, and it's definitely not what I'm leaning towards right now. I think that XRP, Bitcoin, things are looking pretty good right now. But I just want to give the warning that, and I'll say it prematurely, if XRP breaks 290 again, or accepts below, it could do another one of those really quick wicks, that's fine. But if we accept below, what's going to happen is we're probably going to go right back into our previous value area. Previous value area is 230 to about 250. So, I'm not expecting that. I'm being more reactive here, but I just want to give that, scenario that if XRP breaks below that, a lot of things are going to change. And a lot of things in my analysis are going to have to change as well, because that'll accept us back into previous value, and that's not something you want to see. And the reason why is because, if I go on a higher time frame here, we look at XRP and we look at some of the important indicators. On higher time frame, I like to use RSIs because they're super useful. We go on the monthly chart. Look, guys, when the RSI is this high, this 85, I mean, this is peak bull market. You don't want to see short-term structure breaks. So a short-term structure break would be accepting below 290. And that's why I'm saying if we see that, I'm not leaning towards that. I don't think that we're in that case, just because of a few things I'm going to share here. But weekly RSI at 80, 2-week RSI also at 80. The monthly RSI, it's as high as it can go. The stochastic, it's pinned at 100 right now. The MACD broke its downtrend of the last 7 years. This is where we need to see the big moves happen. Like, we could have more chop up here, sure, but like to accept back into 260s, 270s, that's probably just a wish for us to go back into 230s. And then at that point, it's going to be very hard. It'll be very, very hard. So I just want to make that clear that if that happens, expect, for me to act that way. And I think many other people will as well. And I know it's me just giving two scenarios, but anyone who only looks at one scenario is going to be caught off guard if the other one happens. Well, let me take a look at the chat here just for 1 second. Litecoin XRP, I could take a look at that. What does mean mainly in Europe? So without Ethereum as the king dictating the alt rally, would we see another one like Sol take its place? Do we need a major token as the leader? I don't necessarily think so. I don't necessarily think so. If you guys see, I did a live stream with Wolf Crypto earlier this week, I believe on Tuesday, and I broke down a lot of the questions you guys are asking here, kind of going over the altcoin dispersion, how a lot of the money is stuck in ETFs, and how the synchronized alt seasons, they might be a thing of the past. So we just have to adapt here, guys. A lot of the history works, but we have to be very quick to kind of change our viewpoint on this stuff. How much would you consider current news narratives affecting price action? I think we just need to look at the data here. We don't have any bad news. We've only had good news recently, and the market just hasn't really priced that in too much yet. So, that's something that I always keep in the back of my mind, that's for sure. But if we look at XRP here versus Litecoin, we can see that, XRP's been outperforming Litecoin in a pretty strong area. Besides, the last 2 hours, I guess it kind of pumped up. But if we look at XRP versus Litecoin since 2014, XRP versus Litecoin has been pretty strong. And unfortunately, I can't take too much from this because it's at all-time highs. We can only look at short-term here. It's still in its trend, so not much to take from that, to be honest. But yeah, so if we switch back over here to the browser, I wanted to just, change gears here a little bit to Bitcoin, and then we're going to touch more on XRP on the order books to kind of give more of a, granular view. But I posted this last night, and it basically was saying that Bitcoin's ATR, which is its average true range, it always prints a new all-time high every cycle. And it just barely peaked into a new high over the last month. So if we factor in the diminishing return, this still should go to about 30,000, which is the average true range of a 2-week candle. So, that's where high volatility would kind of come in. So this is just one thing I wanted to add there, that, this tells us that there's more juice in the tank. There's definitely more juice in the tank. So, and then if we touch on this right here, this is why I personally, I can't be bearish up here. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of the timeline is bearish, calling tops, looking at just all these different reasons why the market should top. And that's fine. We could always give, reasons for that. But this right here, I bounce from very detailed analysis to very simple analysis. And my successes came from balancing both of those. So if we look at the simple trend line, Bitcoin is broken out and it's retested, and now it's consolidating above. We've seen this many times. We've seen this many, many times. This was a 2024 ETF sell-off, trend line, breakout, retest. We went crazy after. It's the 2020 COVID bottom, same thing right there. 2020 before the all-time high break. Top trend line, broke out, retested, consolidated, went parabolic. 2017 before we hit 20K, exact same thing. And then 2017 mid-bull trend. So if you guys are curious, that's why I can't be bearish up here. I'll be bearish when the structure breaks. And I know that might be a hindsight type approach, but for everything I'm looking at here, with Bitcoin's RSI above 70, XRP's RSI at 80, those are things that tell you that we're in that period where parabolic moves should happen. So historically speaking, this exact setup leads to supersonic price action. And for me to kind of ignore that, it's not how I approach the market. Then one other thing here is that the Bitcoin maxis, they don't want to talk about. The retail interest in Bitcoin has been waning. It's actually been waning. So if we look at the Bitcoin addresses between 0.01 Bitcoin and 1 Bitcoin, look at this. Since the March high of 72K, people have been selling off Bitcoin. Same thing here with the addresses that have more than a non-zero balance. They've been flat since March, or it's probably since April, May. Same thing here with the newly created addresses. People are not onboarding onto Bitcoin in any way that people expect it. You go on X and you see all these Bitcoin maxis saying, adoption's through the roof, this, that. I don't believe that, guys. I believe that we're at the point of the cycle where most people are either going into ETFs, or they're entering their space through meme coins, or they're buying utility coins. And this is real data that kind of supports that idea. So I wanted to really bring that up. And then one last thing here is I posted this, what was this? Just a few days ago. And I said, sell in May and walk away is not a meme. And, this is a chart of total 2, which is the altcoin market. Every single time over the last 4 years, the market put in a multi-month top in March to April. Maybe it doesn't happen this time, but when you have a repeating pattern like this, it's called seasonality. It tells us we got about 2 months to send it higher. And that lines up with everything on the RSI and the way where we're at and on a lot of these charts is like, it needs to happen quick. And everything I'm seeing right now, as long as Bitcoin can hold itself up and it can break above that 108, February is going to be I think it's going to be a super strong month. And I think it has to be February and March. And this kind of just proves that point that, if we get one leg up into March, April, this next strong leg, it just makes sense to me. It just completely makes sense. So let me know what you guys think about that. You guys think we're going to deviate off of that? You think we're going to enter a new era? Or you think that this kind of lines up that we have about 2-3 months to send everything vertical, completely vertical. So one other thing I wanted to mention here is this is the Bitcoin 200-week moving average heat map. So what it does is it shows you the increase off of the 200-week moving average. And if we look right now, we haven't even seen the green, the yellow, or the red points that we've seen, and that's basically when parabolic moves happen. So if we look right here, what does this remind you of? This reminds me of right here. This is the type of price action we've seen, very slow and steady on the logarithmic chart. So I don't know if we're gonna, I don't think this means we're gonna go absolutely, crazy like this and hit 2, 3, 400K. It's possible, but what it does show is that this has been a pretty steady trend. This has been a super steady trend. So it's just one thing I wanted to add here, that Bitcoin is technically not overheated. And then if we look here at what was it? This right here, this tells us like, hey, Bitcoin's lined up to go parabolic like we always see. Look at all these charts here. It's lined up to go parabolic while we're kind of at that point where it needs to go parabolic. Everything just lines up. I just think it lines up super perfectly. So if you guys have questions there, let me know. A few other things I wanted to cover here. Well, let's see. XRP to $4 in October. I think it's got to happen before then. Definitely think it has to be happen before then. Regarding Ethereum over 3.4K strength, what makes you see it breaking upwards rather than down? Hunter, I think that's more so where we're at in the cycle, or not even in the cycle, where the charts are at. If we look here, on the charts here, we go to Ethereum. I just think that this is a point where, like, Ethereum can't break much lower. If Ethereum breaks much lower, like, it goes back into the abyss, let me say. It goes back into the abyss. So it makes sense that this should be the low. Like, if this isn't the low, I don't know. It's going to paint a way different picture. If we break below this, I just don't see it as constructive in any way. I don't see us losing a multi-month support that we lost, last year. I don't see it. So I'm fine if it happens, of course, but I just think it makes sense to be bullish here. I'm fine being wrong. If the market does turn bearish, that's fine, but I have a lot more reasons to be bullish up here rather than approaching the market in a bearish way. Because it's like, hey, if you approach the market in a bearish way, we're in for it. We're probably in for it. And when I say we're in for it, like, Bitcoin, technically speaking, it could do that and be fine. But if we accept below 96, 97, it opens up the door right back down to our value area low. And then if we don't, if we can't hold this level here, say hello to probably a 6-7 month consolidation. Or maybe not that long, but 3-4, and say hello to 70K again. That's probably what the chart would look like if we're not resolving upwards. So that would be a very boring summer, and everybody's hope of bullishness, it's going to be down the drain. So hope that answers your question. It's like we're just at that point where I just feel like for me to be bearish here, it's just like the risk to reward isn't there for me. If we're bearish, we got a lot more problems. We're going to have months and months of problems, in my opinion. So, of course, I'm not like, I have not opened up trades yet on Ethereum because it's stuck below all of its major VWAP bands. But if we can regain these VWAP bands, we can regain this. I have a high confidence that Ethereum is probably going to go back to 4K. So, it's at that point where I think it needs to happen. Let's see here. XCN and Ondo have been looking very bullish. Ondo, yes. If you guys missed my, I posted a bunch on Ondo. I don't have the perp data that I have on here, but Ondo is in a good spot. Ondo's in a very, very good spot here. So I posted, about 132. There's a bunch of spot buying. It's up about 25% since. So I'm up good on my trades and my spot bags there. But as for Ondo, I'm looking at the summit and a Binance listing. So, if that's really what I'm looking at here. And on the shorter term, if we look at my other chart here, if Ondo can hold above this 150 region, I think this 175 to 180 is only time. And once again, guys, it's really on Bitcoin. Really, really on Bitcoin here. Bitcoin needs to break above that resistance, and I'm going to show you on the heat maps here pretty soon. You sometimes think that it lines up too perfectly. A market is sometimes not behaving like most people expect. I think it depends. you know, sometimes things line up perfectly and I look back and I was like, wow, that was perfect and it worked out perfect, you know, but people are definitely expecting a lot right now. And I just think that that's fine. You know, that's why people have gotten chopped up crazy, you know, crazy chop up here. I mean, throughout this time, altcoins have been bleeding to the abyss. So, you know, Sologenic and Corium, I really don't look at small caps, guys. Um, you know, maybe I'll cover them later on the stream if you want me to. But I really only focus on the top 100. And it's more so just the top 150 because I'm mainly trading. You know, and all my bags are really, you know, the top 50, and then I have like 2 or 3 coins that are lower. What do you think about Kaz? Is it worth keep holding my portfolio? You know, Kaz was an interesting one. So if we look here at Kaz, you know, it outperformed a lot. You know, that's kind of the thing here. And if we look, I don't know if this was the chart or the other one I had. Kaz versus the, let's see, Kaz versus, I think it was the total crypto market cap. If we look at Kaz versus the total crypto market cap, we can see that it had a strong time of outperformance. Outperformed very well. So this is where I use my custom denominations. If you guys haven't seen, I made this whole watch list free for you guys. Go search it up on my account. You guys can see that watch list, super useful watch list, and it can kind of give you like, hey, when this is going down, you're better holding Bitcoin. You're better holding, you know, general top 10 alts or the ones that are at least outperforming. So if we look at Kaz here, I'm interested in Kaz when it breaks structure against the total crypto market cap. Something like an easy downtrend, you know, regain, something like you know, breaking longer term moving averages. So Kaz to me isn't too interesting. I'd rather jump on strength at this time. So yeah, I'm on the verge of entering Ondo, long hold or short term game. I've been holding Ondo since I think it was, I don't know, it was sometime last year. So I'm up about 100% on my spot bags, and I will continue to hold it long term. After we saw with the U.S. Treasury, you know, their U.S. Treasury going on the XRP ledger, BlackRock kind of sponsoring Ondo, I think Ondo's in a great position. Granted, the market stays calm and it stays bullish. I think Ondo's going to be a good performer. SEC meeting at 2 p.m. may include Ripple case. Maybe. You know, all we can do is speculate at this time, guys. You know, that's all we can really see. That's all we can do is just speculate. What do you think about waters above crypto? Maybe elaborate on that question. And as you elaborate there, let's go over to the order books. If you guys are interested, let's take a look at the order books. So if we look here at the order books, I guess let's start off with Bitcoin. Look here at Bitcoin. You know, the one thing I'm watching here is the fact that we have a lot of supply up here. So if we see, you know, we have, let's see how much this is here. We have about 1,500 Bitcoin to break that 112. So what that means is, you know, there's a lot of resting liquidity that spot buyers need to come in and kind of, you know, they need to eat it up. You know, I'm sure you guys have known with XRP how that works. They need to eat it up. So that's really the main case right now is Bitcoin needs to clear above 107K, and it needs to go do that with vengeance and strength. And we need to see spot buying keep up. So we see spot buying has been doing very well recently. Spot has been, you know, ever since FOMC yesterday, spot has really stepped up. So that's good to see. But we need to see it continue. And simply put, Bitcoin can clear above this 110 and it's steady. We're in for it, guys. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a super fun time. And I think that Bitcoin's probably looking at about 120 to 130. And XRP is, you know, it's looking probably at $4 to $5. Granted, you know, we get some more steam behind it. So we're on the cusp, guys. That's why I wanted to do this stream today, because we're on the cusp. Like, I know everybody's, you know, the sentiments in the gutter and, you know, this and that, but like, we're on the cusp. You know, even if Bitcoin does this, does that, that's cool. But once we start getting up here, guys, up only season is going to happen fast. You're going to blink your eyes, and up only season is going to happen. So, of course, it's not a guarantee. No analyst can say it for sure. Sometimes I'll say things very confidently. And with all the data I've shared, I am pretty confident that this market's poised to resolve upwards. You know, if we look on a one-day chart here, I don't know. This isn't a bearish structure to me. This is going to be a bearish structure to me. But like I've said many times for weeks, if we break below that 97, 98K, that opens up the door to a lot of different things. But for right now, I don't see a reason to be bearish yet. This is a time where I'll be reactive. If the market breaks down, that's fine. I'll be reactive. So I hope that makes sense there. XLM, let's cover that real quick. This is XLM perps. Such a clear order book here, guys. We get any type of, buyer stepping in. This thing's going to run. This thing is going to run. It's in a great position just to completely run. So yeah, that's what I'm watching here closely on XLM. And then if we look at XLM USDT on the spot market, pretty similar view. We even actually have, wow, we have some buyers or whoever this is. I don't even know what they're trying to do here. Trying to pin price right here. Look, we got a bunch of about 3 million XLM trying to support it here. So once again, XLM could see a 15% rise right to 50 cents. Very quickly. All we need is to see Bitcoin show its strength. But we have Bitcoin show its strength. This is going to change so fast, and people are going to be caught off guard. That's really what I see happening right now. Same thing here with Ethereum. Ethereum's got pretty simple books up to about 3,500, even up to about 4K. And that's kind of why I'm saying, we see a little bit of buy pressure come in. These things are going to run. I mean, look at how close it is to its downtrend right now. It's so close. We haven't broken it yet, and that's why I'm not involved in it yet. I'd rather jump on momentum here. I'm more of a momentum trader. So, I'll grab the meat in the middle. I don't care to enter right there, and I don't care to exit at tops. If the move happens like this, my whole approach is to grab the meat in the middle. That's what you guys should do too. Grab the meat in the middle. You want to grab the meat in the middle. So if we look here at Sol as well, Sol's also in a great point where there's thin books. Super thin books here, guys. I mean, look at how thin these books are. Any type of buying, I'm in. And this is going to be triggered with Bitcoin breaking above that 107, 108. This thing's going to rally right back 25% right up to $300. It can happen. It can happen very quickly. So let's see here. 100%. Wow, what did you see? And I just heard people talking about the RWA case, and I kind of jumped on it. And I've just been holding it. It sounds wrong. Grab the meat in the middle. Yeah, you can look at however you want, but it's a good concept in trading. People think trading is entering a short right there and exiting the short right there. No. Trading is more so shorting right there and exiting right there. That's your profit. Don't care if it goes lower. Don't care if I didn't get it at the top. But yeah, let's see what else you guys got here. World Liberty Fi keeps buying Ethereum when sentiment is at all-time low. I see that too. And, this isn't me saying Ethereum's dead, but who says that they know anything? They might not have a crazy edge like we think. They might just be people that, are just running through, they're just buying just like all the other Ethereum bulls are buying. So of course I'm keeping eyes on that. And like I said, I gave the clear levels where Ethereum needs to break above. Brandon asks, are you willing to share your heat map settings? I really don't have any specific settings. The heat maps all depend on what you're trying to look for. So, sometimes I'll need to use that. Sometimes I'll need to use this, and it just comes with time using it. So more time you use it, the more you'll realize kind of when you need to, look at certain things on there. So, all right, let's look at XRP. XRP heat maps are what got a lot of attention for me. People love the heat maps, and guess what? It's good to love the heat maps. Why? Because they work. The heat maps work, guys. They totally work. If this can load here, you can see all of the supply that came up when we hit this 290. It's the only thing about trading light. It's got some issues, but it's still good. 27 million XRP. Back in December, I said, hey, it's going to take a relentless amount of buying to break through that. And sure enough, That was our top for about a month. So right now, we got nothing. I mean, we have, what is this, about 4 million? 4 million XRP standing in between the way between here and 350. So, that's my heat map analysis. But on the same time, the heat map, the bids are gone. There's really no bid support as well. So that's not something you really want to see. It would be really good to see like some yellow lines below right here, but that's fine. It's fine in the sense that we just need the buyers to step in. Buyers step in, they'll push us right up here. Sellers step in, they're probably going to push us back down to 290, and we hope that's fine if that happens. That's completely fine. But like I said earlier in the stream, breaking 290, it's going to be a way different story. So I just want to reiterate that. Like I said, it's still leaning bullish, but I can't just look at one scenario. So the takeaway here is we don't have much resistance. There's really not much resistance up here. There's times when the heat maps work really good, and there's times where they don't really matter. And to be honest, they don't matter right now. The heat maps are going to be really important when we're breaking new highs, because that's going to allow me to identify resistance. So when we're in price discovery, we don't know where resistance is. We could just think that it's going to be at even numbers, 4, 5, 6. But this is where the heat map is going to work very, very well. So I'm excited. But simply put, we're still just in a strong consolidation phase here. We need to break the downtrend, need to break 320. We break 320, we probably see a ride right back to 330, 340. And then you guys know what happens once 340 breaks. 340 breaks, $4 is going to be a blink of the eye, in my opinion. But okay, let's see what else you guys have. Middle of the meat for XRP would be 230 breaking to price Discord. Price discovery? No, price discovery would be over 340. That's price discovery. So yeah, let's see what else we got here. We look at if you guys want me to look at some other coins now, I will. I'm trying to think here if I had anything else specific to kind of break down here. I think I gave a pretty good overview. If you guys have more questions, definitely let me know. But I guess one thing I'll pull up here is if we go back. Let's go back real quick and just 1 second here. So if we go back here and we look at what I posted yesterday, this was a pretty interesting analysis here, guys. So essentially what I was showing is Bitcoin, all of these VWAPs. I'm sure you guys have seen me use these VWAPs. These VWAPs are very, very useful. Very useful. Like, they're probably one of my favorite pieces of analysis right now. We see they're important when they get really tight. So they all apex to create a nice thick band. That's exactly what happened with XRP at 220. You guys were around watching my post. I literally told people I will be adding to longs down to 220. That wick right there, this wick right there was 220. And then we pumped 55% after. So if we look at Bitcoin, I'm sure you guys can agree. Does this not look very similar? We have multi-month consolidation. We place many major VWAPs. They all apex at a certain area. We come down and retest them. And then we go higher. Same thing right here. Multi-month. All these VWAPs, see how wide they are? See how wide they are? See how they all apex together right there? All apex together right there. We come down here and that was it. That shows that's the last bounce before we go higher. So this is why, guys, I am bullish above 97 to 98K. I think Bitcoin at any moment can break above 120. Break above 108, shoot to 120, 130. XRP is obviously probably going to follow. So just so you guys see my thought process behind what I'm saying, people on X, they throw out random stuff. I don't throw out random stuff. Everything I tell you guys is backed by data. And I give you guys the reason why I'm thinking this. So we also have the 1 month rolling VWAP. Same thing, you see this green line? 1 month rolling VWAP. Everything here is eerily similar. So that's why I think it makes sense to be bullish here. And that's why even if I'm wrong, people that go back and watch this, they could say, you know, he had a good reason to be bullish. He had a good reason not to succumb to the sentiment of people expecting that the top's in or, you know, this is over, you know, whatever else. So I just want to really just, you know, drive that point home that I don't just throw out stuff. I have reasons behind it. And we look here, it's like the exact same concept. You know, this is the live. These bands are going to continue to kind of move further forward. And even if Bitcoin does this again, then people do that. I mean, Bitcoin does that. That's fine. If Bitcoin is holding these bands, I remain bullish. And the reason why is because of this. I had the exact setup work 55%, one of the best trades one of the best trades I've taken in the last few months. And we're seeing the exact setup right now on Bitcoin. So yeah, let's see what else you guys have. Definitely gave a great overview. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated there. What are your settings for the VWAP suite? Trying to follow that using Velo. Well, these are anchored VWAPs, so you know you could place these anywhere. If you go in here, anchored VWAP, you place these at major swing highs and lows. If we go here to my regular VWAP suite, if you guys don't know, on my YouTube channel, my only video actually is breaking this down. So I use these rolling VWAPs 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, and I'll sometimes use anchored VWAPs for shorter term analysis. But those are really my settings, and the 1 month and the 1 week are super useful. Super useful. What are your thoughts on Mantra's chart? Ohm, you know, Ohm's been a crazy performer. You know, it's been a really crazy performer. That's all I can say right now is, you know, if we go back and look, hopefully this doesn't break the screen here because this is so data intensive, but let's see here. Or maybe I took off Ohm because I was doing something. I think I did. Not sure what's wrong there, but if we put on Ohm, see if I could put Ohm on here one more time. Now, I'll have to sort of fix this, but essentially the point being is, yes, Ohm has been crazy, super crazy. And if we go on a shorter time frame here, I don't have many thoughts besides it's going vertical. You know, what is there really to say about this? Not much. You know, do I think you should get involved up there? Probably not. You know, probably not. Can it go higher? Maybe. Well, I'm not. I don't think this is, you know, something to, you know, maybe put a little bit in, sure, but to ape into, no. I think that you definitely missed, you know, a big part of the move there. Will there be a Crypto Wolf hosted space for a Bitcoin Maxi debate? You'll have to talk to Kate about that. I think it's much needed though. I think it's definitely much needed. Render file INJ GRT arrow. You know, those. This is what I'll say, guys. Go add my total or the custom list that I shared, and then go find your coin on here. If it's going down, you know, it's been underperforming the market. That's really what I'll say there. And you know, if you didn't see my stream with Cade and Wolf Crypto, go rewatch that. It's on my YouTube channel as well. So you guys can find a lot of education in that stream. We really broke down a lot of the things you guys are even asking for right now. So yeah, it's a super useful thing. What are you setting your next? When are you setting your next long at 350 to 5? It's hard for me to say. You know, as for right now, I'm really looking at Bitcoin trying to get above 107, as I've stated many times throughout this stream. That's when I'm going to add risk. You know, and I'm fine. I'm going to jump on momentum. I'm fine to jump on momentum. I'm in a few trades now, like XLM, had a few AVAX trades, a few other perp trades I'm still in, but those are already stop through and profit risk-free trades, just because the market looked pretty prime last night. But otherwise, I'm going to hop on strength. Thanks, Dom. You and your VWAP suite are a godsend. I'm telling you guys, VWAPs are super powerful. If you have not looked at my VWAP video, please do. If you want to learn, it's a super useful video, and I've been proving so many times that these VWAPs, they are so beneficial. Like, just go play with them, go learn with them. They're super beneficial. Is a $4 to $5 XRP a min or a max call this run? It's not a call nonetheless. I just think it's the next target if we break upwards. Lemore asks if I look at moving average crosses. I do not. I use moving averages, but I don't look at crosses. And if you guys want to use the best moving average indicator there is free on the market, go on your trading view and type in multiple moving average toolkit. Trader View 2. Beautiful. I made this like a year ago, actually. It allows you to create bands. It allows you to turn it into a color ribbon. Allows you to change all different types of MAs. It's a super useful tool. This goes hand in hand. I think if you use VWAPs and moving averages, guys, go add both of these. VWAP Suite, Moving Average Explorer. They're going to streamline your analysis very, very well. Do I hold any H bar? I do not. I do not. I used to hold H bar, but its performance was terrible up until November, so I have not. XLM, XRP, two main ISO coins I've held. Wait, is everyone here in the YouTube chat also following Dom? I'm not sure. I hope they are. I hope they're all following me on X. And also, too, if you guys enjoy the stream, hit the like. Looks like there's 80 people in here. Only 49 likes. Definitely hit the like. Appreciate that. Also, subscribe. Probably going to be doing these streams every week because I find them to be very interactive and I miss doing them. And, you know, it's easy for me to go back and kind of say, this is what I said, and for me to answer questions for you guys. Thoughts on Render? I think Render's another one of those that, you know, you want to jump on strength with Render. If you're bag holding it, okay, you know, it's a different story. But you want to kind of jump on strength with Render, at least for trading wise. You know, if you look at Render right now, this is not a bullish structure yet. Sure, that can be the low, but this is not a bullish structure yet. If I throw on my VWAP suite, and if you guys are curious, I'll have to go to a chart with volume data. Like, for example here, you know, when something's trading above its rolling monthly VWAP and its weekly rolling VWAP, it's bearish, which means that at any point it could have further downturn. I am more of a momentum trader. So regaining the 1 week rolling VWAP, very simply put, we're probably going to rally right to the 1 month. If we regain the 1 month, we open up the door to rally to our range high. So if that makes sense to you guys, that's how I trade this market in these conditions. You know, I don't care to pick these exact bottoms. Sometimes I'll do that. But in this market, I would rather just grab the juice in the middle. You know, the juice in the middle. Trade any memes? I do not trade memes. Besides when I took a short on Trump a few days ago, and it dropped 15% in a minute. Just because, once again, that's why if you guys are traders, use In Silico Terminal. It's super useful. I saw the news come right through, and then bam, I shorted it, and I took profit. It was like 350% in like 2 minutes. But beyond that, no, I don't trade. My main coins I trade are right here. I trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, XRP, and XLM. And then sometimes I'll trade Link, Doge, and AVAX. Well, those are the main coins that I trade. Thoughts on Algo's chart? Let's take a look here at Algo. If you guys are curious on Algo here, let's take a look at Algo. So it looks like I had a long setup here that never kind of printed. I was looking for a regain of this 1 week rolling VWAP, but we never got that. And that once again kind of proves my point that I was saying earlier. It's like, you know, you could be a reversal trader, but I'm more of a momentum trader. So you see kind of what I was just showing here, guys. You see weekly rolling VWAP, monthly rolling VWAP. Regain them, bam. See that? See how beautiful that is? Same thing right here. See this weekly rolling VWAP? Holding it good. Right when we lose it, bam. Same concept right now. We just regained the weekly, great. I'm looking for a regain in the monthly. We get a regain in the monthly. I'm looking for a pushback to our range highs. That's how I trade this market right now. That's my approach to this market. Because guess what? I don't want to be holding the bag. You know, I want to secure the bag. Juice in the middle. Meat in the middle, juice in the middle. That should be your guys' approach here. What would you ape into now? I think aping into something right now is, you know, it's questionable. I'm not gonna say it's questionable, but it's like if you're not in from lower, if you're not in from yesterday or earlier, I would ape into strength. Just kind of like what I've been saying on this whole stream is ape into strength. Bitcoin gets above 107, showing strength, just hanging out up there. Get ready for guns to go crazy. We're gonna see some ballistic moves across the board. Breakdown in silico, not today. Maybe another time. Um, maybe another time I will. Appreciate all you do. I don't understand why people follow hype accounts instead of Dom, Dark Defender, Fred. I agree, guys. I mean, hey, I'm not here to put anyone down, but there's a lot of people on X that have hundreds of thousands of followers, but guys, they lack knowledge, they lack experience, they lack education, and that's fine. I'm not putting them down. You just need to be weary of that. That's just what you guys need to be weary of because you don't want to follow most people blindly. Thoughts on gaming coins? Gaming coins, same concept. They've been really weak. I held Gala, AXS, and Sand last year. Took profit in the summer. I'm not interested in those coins until they show strength, guys. So if you guys are confused what I'm kind of trying to say here, let me hopefully describe this better. You guys can understand what I'm trying to say here. So if we look here, here's Gala. So instead of me, trying to like pick these perfect bottoms and tops, I'm going to jump on strength. And the reason why I'm going to jump on strength is because I know that's how this market moves. This market moves on momentum. So look, even if you didn't enter right here, you could enter on a structure break and get a bunch of performance. Exact same concept right here. I'm just using a trend line for structure, but it's the same concept. It's like you try to buy all these in hopes to try to buy a bottom. In my opinion, guys, that's not how you should approach this market. Approach this market when there's clear structure breaks. We have a clear resistance right here. We have a clear flip of that resistance. Bam. Doesn't matter you didn't get in right here. An exact thing on the downside. We have a clear trend line. We break the weekly rolling VWAP. Bam. We break the monthly rolling VWAP. Bam. 2 months of downtrending. So it's something that, I don't know, guys. I think it's, there's a lot of different approaches to trading, but this is mine. It's worked the best. I'll hop on these coins when they show strength. When they're above their 2 major VWAPs, when they break structure. I don't care that I didn't get in down here. I want to get involved right here. I'll get out right here. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. You have a trading group for short-term moves. I do not. I used to. I used to run over 5 different trading groups throughout my career here since 2017. But not anymore. Maybe at some point soon. Thank you for all this great info you share. Really appreciate it. Much appreciated, guys. Definitely much appreciated. Do you prefer short term or medium term? It depends. Most of my trades are like, 5 hours to like a week. That's how I trade most of this market. And then when the market's chopping, I'm doing shorter term scalping on Bitcoin. That's usually a few minutes to 30. Thought critical crypto at X was good. Dom was on another level. Fred's good. For whatever reason, we've interacted a lot, but he refuses to follow me and engage with me. Besides, he reposted one of my posts, and then I gave him a thoughtful response, and he didn't want to respond to it. So I'm not too sure what's up with him. No insults. I think he's played some good moves. But the one thing that kind of shrugged me off was he was bearish at 50K before we rallied to 100. That's fine. People get stuff wrong all the time, but we have different approaches. That's really the best way to put it. We just have different approaches. You have a very calming voice. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. What's a view on OP? Uneducated. OP, the same one, I guess that's a good point to make, that guys. The Ethereum ecosystem, it's going to see a bounce when Ethereum does see a bounce. Besides like Aave and a few of the other outliers, these coins are probably going to do well when Ethereum does well, you know. So back to the same concept here, guys. I mean, we're trading below all of our VWAPs. I'm not interested right here. You know, I'm interested on getting momentum trades, breaking structure. So, you know, most of these altcoins still look cooked, guys. The easiest way for me to put it. Most of these altcoins look cooked. They totally looked cooked, and it's really, that's why I urge you to go watch the video, the live stream I did with Cade from Wolf Crypto, because it's really useful. Yeah, I'll take a look here at Bitcoin dominance. He gets caught up in the haters a little too much. Yeah, isn't Banks about to utilize XRP? Maybe they are. Bro, how old you are? Not sure. I've been learning how to trade. Anyone you recommend I should watch? Not really, no, because I don't really watch anyone. Only person I sometimes look at, because I really appreciate his view on analysis, is Blockchain Backer. He gives a really good point, regardless whether he's really correct or, you know, whether he's very accurate or not. Gives you a really good breakdown of the data. So beyond that, I don't listen to anyone, and that's not because I don't think anyone's good. It's just when you continue to evolve as a trader, you want to block out all the noise. So all of my thesis comes from me. I don't let other people change my thesis. What's your view on Flare? I have no views on Flare. All I remember is sitting on December 2020, watching my Flare, you know, watching the Flare snapshot, and then watching XRP tank. I just have very vivid memories of that. And then me remembering seeing the Flare amount and saying, wow, that was a waste of time. Honestly, don't think I've peeped another CT trader since founding Dom. Just good at delivering info. Appreciate that. Yeah, guys, I mean, I'm not saying, of course, there's amazing traders on X. You guys just have to be careful. Go look at their track record, you know? That's one thing I'll say. Go look at their track record. And, you know, I guess I haven't really posted this. Maybe one time I will. But, you know, if you go look at people's track record, like, look at when I told people to be warned at 62K back in 2021. Who was thinking of that back then? Or when I called the top using 2017 analysis. How about that? You know, go look at their track record. That's what I'll say. Go ask for these people's track record. That's really what I would say. This was even another great one. Great analysis back. I think it was 2019. Oh, they don't have the data left. But yeah, there's been a lot of amazing analysis I've done over the years, and not to float my own boat, but, you know, this one was funny. Not to float my own boat. It's just, you guys have to watch, you know, look at other people's track record. And like I said, I haven't been on X for a while, but I've been here for a while, and, you know, look at this analysis. Total crypto market cap about to explode. You know, look at what happened there. And once again, I'm not floating my own boat here. I'm just showing you guys that, you know, I've done a decent job over the years calling some, you know, bigger moves throughout the market. This is when I called the bull market back at 9K. You know, before we rallied to 70K. Here's also when I called the low at you know, during COVID. I wasn't on Twitter, and I guess that was a problem. You know, I should have been on Twitter a long time ago. And then here also too, when everyone was freaking out that the Dow Jones was gonna crash, you know, I saw the bullish divergence, and that was the Pico bottom there. So there's been a lot of good analysis over the years, but the point being is, you know, you guys just have to be careful with who you're kind of looking at. Here's one of my favorite ones when Bitcoin was at 3K. Called the start of the trend change when Bitcoin was at 3K in 2018. It's been a fun time. It's been a fun time. But, you know, I guess the main takeaway here, guys, is, you know, there's a lot of people on X. A lot of people can help you, but just be very cautious, should I say. You know, just be cautious of who you fully listen to, and, you know, who you take advice from. It's just, you know, a lot of people act like they know a lot, but they don't, and they could just hurt you in the end. And I could even hurt you. I'm not always right. You know, you just have to just really take the data in, make your own conclusions from it. But yeah, so now let's look at Bitcoin dominance. I know it's about an hour and 15 minutes here on the stream. Having a great time. Hopefully you guys are. Definitely subscribe, like. Gonna have this coming up here a lot more. Hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Let me know in the comments, in the chat, if you guys enjoyed it. Tell me if you gained anything, if I missed out on anything, if anything you want me to elaborate on more. I guess we'll just sit here for a little bit longer. And yeah, Bitcoin dominance. So if I zoom out, I basically picked at the top here on Bitcoin dominance back in November. The reason I did that, or the way I did that, was by using a retracement, 0.702 retracement on the Fibonacci. It was the exact level that made it drop last time. So sure enough, right when we hit that this cycle, I said basically watch out. And that's when XRP and a lot of the coins went crazy. Right now, we're still under that. We're still under the two major uptrends. So in my honest opinion, I don't use Elliott Wave a lot, but I really don't like Elliott Wave, if you want me to be honest. I think it's way too subjective. But I could look at this as an ABC corrective wave right here. I used to use that a lot more. My analysis now is mainly VWAPs, regular price action, volume profiles, order flow, and order book heat maps. That's my bread and butter now. But simply put, this still can be looked at as a bearish retest. This still can be looked at as a bearish retest. So I'll just be looking for a structure break here as well. Simple uptrend line. This would be my first confirmation. Second confirmation, if we break below this, I'd get ready. But I'll reiterate, and that's why I think you guys should go watch the one live stream I did earlier this week. I was explaining how we might not see a synchronized alt season anymore. So I don't necessarily believe we're going to see this exact. I know a lot of people, especially blockchain backer, he's under the impression we're going to see that. We might, but I more so think we'll see that, if anything. Something like a lot less deep. So yeah, that's my view on Bitcoin D. Still looking at this as a bearish retest. Obviously, we get invalidated if it breaks above 61. That's really the only thing. Keep tabs on a few traders and see how their strategies differ. Don't need to tail all their plays, but at least take notes on why they took the trade and how it turned out. That's exactly right, B. Lee. B. Lee said a great thing there, guys. Just your whole goal is to be to learn, and that's what I try to do. I try to give you guys the education so you can go off and do it on your own. Because I've never seen a trader become very successful for a long time by just piggybacking off of other people. I've never seen it happen. Hunter said, watching you for the past few months has helped me take multiple profitable trades, predict mark with way more accuracy. Excited to see your follower count explode. Much appreciated, Hunter. Like I said, sometimes, I'm not really one who gives like direct trades all the time. Sometimes I'll do that, but I'm more so about educating and giving really cool analysis to where you can make your own decision. A lot of times I'll be a little encrypted where I won't directly say it, but you kind of imply what I mean. And the reason why I do that is to get people to think on themselves and to hopefully ingrain the information into their own minds, That's really what my whole goal here is. Thanks for giving everything out for free. Much appreciated. Definitely. Down the line, maybe in a few months, I might offer some deeper education that is paid. We'll see, though. Because like I said, I used to do that, but for now, I spent the last year and a half giving out a lot of information for free. So we'll see. Nothing guaranteed, but we'll see. For people that want to learn a lot more, it might be an option. And I'm sure I'll ask if people are interested in that as well. I was learning from Blockchain Blacker. I can tell good traders from... Yeah, it's a good point. It's a very, very good point. In your previous video, you used something like 0.68 plus fib. Please educate us. Yeah, so if you guys are interested, fib's cool. I don't use it too much, but I'm going to show you guys where I like to use fib. And I'm going to show you guys where fib is the most powerful. So if we look here, fib is the most powerful when you're looking at the golden ratio. So if you see here, see the golden ratio, see the 0.786. I'm sure you guys can see now why I have everything else off besides the 0.618, the 1, 0, 786, 0.65, and 702. Everything else, in my opinion, is noise. I only like to look at these golden ratios here. And the reason why is because this kind of tells you, like, hey, if we're stuck in the golden ratio here, it's still a retracement. We're going lower. And that's why I only use that. Super useful things, and I even touched on that in my trade here with or not trade, my conversation with Kate as well on the Wolf Crypto stream. So if we see here, forget about that wick, same concept. You know, completely stuck, break, stuck, can't get above, go lower. That's why I only like to use that golden ratio there, guys. It's really the most important thing in my opinion. You know, it's really the most important thing. And then retesting golden ratios are also an awesome thing. So let's see if we can find another example here. So we see like, this is why, like if something put in a top and I'm like, huh, is this going higher? What I'll look for is I'll look for a retest of the golden ratio. So breakout, retest, bam. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys, you know, without me spending a half hour, an hour breaking down, you know, fibs, because I could spend 5 hours breaking down fibs. But this is the simple way on how to use fibs, in my opinion. Can't get above, go lower. Right when it does get above, hits the one, you know, and that's usually what you're always looking for at minimum. You retest golden ratio, you're looking to retrace that whole move of that previous high. And also, you could use them on the downside as well. So, you know, if we look on the downside right here, it's like, as long as this golden ratio is holding, this is bullish and this is going to go higher. So same concept there. Like I said, I don't use fibs too much anymore. I don't think that they're, I don't know, they don't really go with my system too much, but you know, as we can see, they're super useful. Same thing right here. Tops put in, breakout, come back up, can't get above golden ratio. Bam. Hopefully that makes sense. Maybe I'll do a video on fibs. I have some pre-recorded content, but it's outdated. It's back from 2020. Should I have a diversified portfolio, about 12 coins, or a more dense portfolio? Not financial advice, but I think a more dense portfolio now makes sense. Maybe 8, or 4 to 8, heavily weighted in large caps. What's your opinion on indicators? I think indicators can be good. I know people that are successful traders, all based on MACD. All based on MACD, RSI, channels, trend lines. I know people that only use order books. I know people that only use order flow tools. I know people that only use fibs and Elliott Wave. You know, there's no one size fits all, guys. It really isn't. But if I had to guess, I mean, not guess, if I had to say, most indicators are noise besides trend lines, RSI on high time frame, moving averages, VWAPs, and just price action. Those are all you need. I said this in the last stream. If you're trying to learn, first learn price, just stare at a blank chart and learn how it moves. Then throw in like a moving average. Then play with trend lines. Because, you know, contrary to popular belief, guys, trend lines, I mean, they could be super powerful. That's how I predicted the bottom of this. Bull trend right here. It was my main point. I had a little bit more confluence with RSI, high time frame, and MACD. But when Bitcoin was at 16K, I basically said the bottom's in. Why was that? That was all because of a 2,000-day trend line. So, you know, price action, trend lines, that's where I would start. And then the final boss is order flow and order flow heat maps and VWAPs. And then TPO charts, TPO and volume profile. So these right here are TPO charts, volume profile stuff. Super useful stuff, guys. Are you a full-time trader? I would consider myself, yes. This is what I've been doing full-time for a while. Thanks again. Appreciate it, guys. Dom, just want to shout you out. You're the most sensible and knowledgeable analyst out there. Much appreciated, Sham or Shame. Very much appreciated. I definitely do my best to give the best type of analysis and breakdowns. Do you always use wicks to set fib? I always use wicks, yes. Always use wicks. Trend lines, no. I like to use candle bodies. Hey, Dom, was wondering where I could find your indicators you created for Trading Light. You could just look them up on Trading Light. I have an order book suite, and then I have my own cumulative volume delta on there. Let's see what else. hey, I'm kind of a bigger beginner in trading, and I always saw a lot of projects with a lot of potential, but it's pretty hard to keep an eye on them. Yeah, it is. It is. The crypto space has been dispersed, and for anyone that's wondering, I know I've said it like 10 times now, but go watch that stream that I did with Wolf Crypto. It's a longer stream, but you're going to get my full thoughts on how to play rotations and how to hold altcoins in this, in this cycle that we're in. I think that's the beauty of learning. There's so many different wants to learn and adapt as one decides to educate themselves in different ways. Pretty neat. He's exactly right, guys. 100% right. I just want you guys to know that there is not one winning strategy in crypto or in trading. A strategy is not what makes a trader successful. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Strategy is not what makes a trader successful. It's their approach to trading. It's their discipline. It's their psychological ability to look at fear and look at greed and to not succumb to that. So just know, you guys can follow me, how I analyze, or you can follow Credible Crypto or whoever else. Just know that success from trading does not come from strategy. Strategy is pretty easy in a way. Thoughts on the W pattern showing for Bitcoin on the daily? I don't know. I mean, it's not like that perfect. I don't know if you're looking at this one right here. It's definitely, something to keep eyes on, but like I said, guys, we're above this level right here. This stays bullish. This is all noise. Above here, we're bullish. We're totally bullish. How do I deal with emotions when trading? That's a much bigger question, to be honest. It'd be hard for me to really elaborate on that just in the short time now. But simply put, trading is not just making money. Trading is a journey against yourself. It's you against yourself. It's not you against the market. It's not you against your boss or your coworker. It is you against yourself. So just know that. The journey of trading is a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of self-growth within yourself. And I know that might sound funny or cliche, but it's true. Like, that's what trading is. Trading is, you're going to go through highs and lows that make you learn more about yourself. And to sum it all up, you just have to have strong self-awareness. Self-awareness means to not just have your singular view of reality. Give yourself the ability to have a third-person perspective of what you're thinking and feeling. And that's how you'll deal with emotions in trading. If you can give yourself multiple levels of awareness outside of you just looking at the screen, that's how you're going to be successful in trading. Because if the market's tanking and you panic sell, and then a week later, the market, that was the bottom, you're only going to have hindsight that you panic sold because of fear. But in that moment, if you have had another layer of self-awareness, you would be able to identify and say, hey, I'm feeling fearful right now. Is there a logical reason to feel fearful? And that all comes with self-awareness. So I know that's probably a deeper explanation than some people will give, but I spent so many times. I'm crossing 8 years in crypto now in just a few months, and it's been a journey to say the least. It's been a really big journey, and trading is very hard. But with anything, as long as you're dedicated, as long as you have discipline, you can win. You can do it. You just can't give up, really. You plan to do these lives weekly? Yes. Plan to do these lives weekly. If one's warranted as well, we'd love to do that as well. If we have something crazy happening or whatever, I will definitely do these lives if needed. So yeah, guys, I hope that was a good stream. I definitely went pretty in depth, I think, about a lot of things. If there's anything else, feel free. Now's the time. I'll stick around here for a little bit more. I'd love to stick around here a little bit more, answer questions. It's a good day. It might be a good few months. It might be a good few more weeks, shall I say? But I guess I'll end here with we'll take a look at the wallets holding over 10,000 XRP, or even 1,000 XRP. Look at that. Vertical. We are going vertical here, guys. You know, people are accumulating at a rapid rate. And why this is funny, is because let's take a look at Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ethereum while it's holding over, let's just do 0.1 Ethereum. Look at that. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it, guys. And I'm not saying Ethereum's not going to go up, but it's like, hey, what do you want to be holding? You know, what you want to be holding something that's being rapidly accumulated? Or do you want to be holding something that people don't want? You know, let's look at the Ethereum holding 1. Look at the wallets holding a 1 Ethereum, guys. And then let's look at the wallets holding 1,000 XRP. Pretty crazy, huh? Pretty crazy. Do you stand in the same camp as Charting Guy? $8 XRP possible? $8 XRP is possible. It's not going to happen with Bitcoin not going up, though. Hate to say that, but I don't see it happening unless XRP takes over Swift tomorrow, you know, or in the next few weeks. You know, I don't see that that's a probable scenario. Would love to be wrong on that, but as I was just saying here earlier in the stream, this is my favorite chart, guys. This is what I shared with Scott Melker, and he told me it was invalid. XRP, the target's down here. So if that happens, 1 Bitcoin equals 10,000 XRP. Right now, that's a $10 XRP. So I'm not sitting here and saying that that's going to happen, but it's not crazy to think that's going to happen. It's happened 8 times in the past. It's happened many times in the past. So just so you know, these are the charts I'll be looking at, this and then XRP dominance. XRP dominance is a big one. I actually didn't even cover that one earlier. It's not on my list right here. You guys can kind of see what I've been saying. Look where we're at. XRP breaks above this level, guys. We're in for it. We're in for probably a 50 to 150% base melting rally. So, but once again, we need to break the level. You know, we need to break the level. It'll be fun to watch the live viewers go from 60 to 600 to 6,000. We'll love that. Absolutely. We'll continue to keep pushing it. How we feel about XRP RLUSD going live today? I think that's awesome. You know, it's awesome. More utility to the XRP ledger. Awesome stuff. Appreciate the response. Will altcoins still pump if ETH is lagging behind? No, some will, but not all of them. We definitely need, you know, Ethereum is just going to pump with everything else. So if Ethereum starts going up, I would say all the altcoins will go up with it. But I won't look at that as, you know, Ethereum pulling up the altcoins, if that makes sense. Using the chart, would you hold any of your XRP bags for potential spike in the 5K Bitcoin XRP region? Probably not. You know, if it's moving at like ballistic speed, maybe. You know, if like each moment the amount of XRP is going down by 1,000, sure. But if we get down here and we start stalling, I'm probably gonna be out most of my bags. I mean, if we get down here, I will be very happy. You know, even to 15,000 XRP, even if we hit right here, guys. I mean, even 20,000. You know, this is gonna be a good thing right here. So we just have to. I'm not one to predict 10 moves in the future. I know I'm sure you guys see a lot of those people that predict like, hey, we're gonna do this, then we're gonna do that, then this, then that. What does that help us right now? You know, I'm just predicting what's happening next. And what I see right now is I see Bitcoin versus XRP retesting a previous support as resistance. As long as this doesn't regain, we stay in really good shape. We stay in really good shape. Are you self-taught? I had a mentor in 2017 teach me the basics. And then after that, yes, I've been completely self-taught. Just 10,000 plus hours of just staring at charts and creating my own theses and writing indicators and looking at crazy data. Do you have a Discord or Telegram? Do you plan on creating one? Maybe. I like I said in the past, I've had over 5 trading groups, thousands of people combined in all of them. So yeah. Any indicators you use to take profit, or do you dollar cost average on the way up? The indicators I really use is the order book. I take profit when there's big resistance, and then I look at flows. So, oh, that's one thing I didn't talk about here. We didn't look at the XRP flows. So as we can see here, guys, this right here is showing me net buying. Let's see if this loads properly. So as we can see, Bitcoin, Coinbase and Bitstamp, they just keep buying. Binance Spot yellow is what we need to see step in. Right when they stopped buying, we started going down. So to answer your question there, if these flows are going down while we're hitting resistant areas based on the order book, that's when I take profit. That's really when I take profit. Or if it's prior resistance, if it's prior resistance. Any thoughts on H bar? Seems to follow dominance of others. Not sure if you have eyes on that. I do have thoughts on H. I do have eyes on H bar, but it's up so much that I'm just keeping a little bit eyes on it, Will you be shorting all the way down? I don't know about all the way down, but I'll definitely do my best to call the top this cycle. It did it in 2021 pretty well, so I think it should be good. How big is your monitor? You have so much data on your screen? Well, you guys are actually only seeing a quarter of my monitor. It's too wide for me to share it, as it would skew the proportions. So I have two 40-inch monitors, and then I have a 20-inch monitor, and then a vertical monitor. So I run off 4 monitors, which just allows me to look at a lot of things at once. You're literally a hidden gem, Dom. Much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed, please do. Give it a like. We'll be wrapping up here in a few minutes. Great stream, though. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Super, super useful stream. But yeah, I guess before I, finish up over here, we need to see Binance. See Binance, they're not buying. Binance has been pretty flat. We need to see Binance start buying. That's when the next leg's going to print. So patience. Patience, patience, patience. Binance steps in. We are in good territory. We're in very, very good territory. This is the spot market, continues to run the show. Awesome to see. You take a look at Link. Yeah, I'll take a look at Link, and then we'll wrap it up here, guys. Throw in your last few questions if you have any, and then we'll wrap it up. A little bit of hour and 40-minute stream. Awesome time. Awesome time. Looks like we had about 350 people join in, so great to see. Awesome to see. Well, hopefully you guys found value in it. That's why I'm doing it. I don't need to do this for me. I just do this to share my thoughts and hopefully educate other people as well. But yeah, Link, I had the pleasure to accumulate down here. I sold right here because I wanted to consolidate some of my portfolio in the summer. But I think Link looks really good. Link's US based. Sergi has been hanging out with Brad. We see the rolling VWAPs right here. All my VWAP bands. We could see that's just consolidating. Simply put, I'm interested in Link. Link's one of my favorite. I've actually done really well. Link and XLM, I have a really good track record trading both of those. And simply put, we see the volume profile right here. We have the highest volume node right there. That's kind of what we're playing around with. So we see Link do that. That's our first confirmation. Second confirmation is breaking above 26. Link, in my opinion, will gun right to about 35. So we have a trade set up printing or loading right here. So I'll be keeping close eyes on this. Link's one of my favorite coins to trade. Link's a very important project. It's the glue to all the market, and it's the blockchains, and it's super useful. Super useful project, and I think it's going to be around for a while. Were you in any trading firms before? No. I've worked with some type of hedge funds in the past, but nothing like a trading firm. Can you share your setup, like a picture of your desk? Maybe I will. Yeah. Keep an eye on my X, Kenneth. Maybe I'll post it on there. You think we'll have a great Q4 as Bitcoin in 2021? I'm not convinced of it. I'm not convinced of it. It's all going to depend on what happens in the next 3 months. If Bitcoin goes to 150 the next 3 months, we're going to have to see how it acts in the summer. So that's why, I'll make farther out predictions, but I'm not going to do that right now. I don't have any edge in doing that right now. I'll have edge in doing that in the summer. So if you ask me that question in the summer, I'll probably have a good answer for you. Glad work is to engage and watch. Thank you as always. Can't thank you enough for all this free content. Much appreciated, guys. Much appreciated. Let me just see if there's anything else here. Well, it'll be fun to look at my notifications here after what we saw with Scott Melker. But yeah, I think I covered a lot of stuff here. Pretty sure I covered everything I wanted to. You know, I'm pretty sure I did. This is really what I'm watching here. This sums up the stream too, guys. We're in an area where Bitcoin could just send it. Market could just send it. Bitcoin breaks below 97.98. I turn bearish. I have to turn bearish, and I know that's a little bit late to turn bearish, but that's my approach right now. I'm going to turn bearish. And then same thing with XRP. 290 is fine. Anything below 290, don't necessarily want to see that in the short term. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. Pretty sure that that's everything. I don't think that there was anything else that I really, you know, wanted to cover here. So yeah, guys, good idea to start hedging during what I believe will be the first top unhedged when I think we hit a local bottom. Yeah, it's easier to say than to do. So let me just put that, you know, that out there. It's easier to say to do. So hopefully we have pretty good. I have a lot of different pieces of analysis that maybe on the next stream I'll go into. But guys, I got a lot of stuff I've never even showed that is going to tell me when this top is near, and it hasn't printed yet. So that's why it's hard for me to say that the top's in. Under 97.98, things change. Have a great day. Appreciate that. Thanks. Have a great rest of your day. Yeah, thank you guys. Much appreciated. Definitely subscribe, hit the like, comment. Awesome stream. And I'll catch you guys on Twitter. I'll catch you guys on X, and we'll be doing another stream probably later in the week or this weekend. Probably will be sometime next week. So definitely tune in for that.